Hello and welcome to Teleislas News with the most important news of the day.
An accident occurred this afternoon where two women lost their lives, and here are the facts regarding the accident.
A road accident occurred around 4 p.m. on the Ring Road at kilometer 12 near the entrance of Tom Hooker, where a public transportation bus and a motorcycle driven by two female tourists collided. According to some hypotheses, the driver lost control and crashed into the bus, leaving one person dead at the scene and leaving the second one with fatal injuries, who died after minutes of being treated by the departmental hospital. According to some hypotheses, the driver lost control and crashed into the bus, leaving one person dead at the scene and leaving the second one with fatal injuries, who died after minutes of being treated at the departmental hospital. According to the medical report, the woman who arrived at the hospital still with vital signs suffered severe craniocephalic trauma, close trauma to the thorax and abdomen, and trauma to the hip, in addition to the fracture of the tibia, fibula, and unstable pelvis, where she also presented a massive hemorrhage while being operated on by the multidisciplinary team of orthopedics, general medicine, neurosurgery, and emergency medicine. The patient presented a cardiorespiratory arrest and died due to the severity of the injuries. Teleislas News was present at the scene of the incident, where the CTI personnel removed the body and conducted investigation with those involved in the accident. Likewise, the community will be informed about the police report for further information.
Considering that the ordinary sessions of the Departmental Assembly ended the last 30th, the governor of Archipielago requested an extension of the sessions to continue with the arguments of state addition.
Due to the fact that during the ordinary sessions it was not possible to fully socialize the budget addition presented by the departmental government to the Assembly, the deadline for the different offices to present their projects to the deputies was extended.
Through Decree 03 of 06 of 2021, we have arranged the possibility of these extra sessions to study not only the budgetary addition but also the project that makes a discount of up to 90% for tax debtors in the department, and also future validities that are important to bring the other year services that cannot be suspended.
Likewise, the chief executive of the islands expressed that he expects a positive response from the departmental assembly.
We hope that the departmental Duma in its judicial study will understand that the 215,000 million pesos that we are adding after the pandemic and economic reactivation are indispensable to be able to give the community a relief.
For his part, the vice president of the budget committee of the Assembly, Rosso Lozano, explained the deputies' view of the arguments of the secretaries.
The budgetary issue represents 70% of the department's budget, about 216,000 million pesos, which is a very significant figure, and based on the study that is given, we look at how the proposal will come out.
The vice president of the budgetary committee of the departmental Duma announced that the opinion of the community is of vital importance to take the approval of the named budgetary addition presented by the government of the islands.
And as a strategy for the protection and preservation of the queen conch, the need to develop the expedition of this species within the next months is born within the department. The head of the portfolio gave the details.
Taking into account that the queen conch is a protected species within the archipelago, and with the purpose of knowing the rate of its population, the administration, with the support of Environmental Corporation Coralina, plan to carry out an expedition throughout the department in order to carry out a study in figures of reproduction size and weight of this species, seeking to avoid its extinction. The Secretary of Agriculture and Fisheries stated what will be done after decisions regarding capture, marketing, and consumption are carried out.
We are going to carry out a proper study to know how this resource is in general and to know the quotas that can be made among the fishing groups. Coralina is the entity involved because of the ruling. This is already written on paper and is organized to start in the coming months, and thus be able to have the relevant adjustments according to this project.
This is an initiative purpose by the portfolio which seeks to involve all the islands and keys of the archipelago.
And in an interview with this agency, the operative director of the Coonative Brothers Cooperative responded to the denunciations that were presented by the associates.
According to the request for the workers sent through a letter to the Superintendents of Solidarity Economy and the Superintendents of Port and Transportation, it is necessary that they intervene in the cooperative Coonative Brothers. According to the letter, their rights were violated and there were some unjustified dismissals. In addition, no balance sheet has been presented to the associates. In response to this, the operating director stated,
They wanted to conduct a coup attempt to the administration, though they adjudicated, alluding that we had 2 years in which we had finished the period. But in the year 2020, we, as directed by the postponed the assembly because we could not meet and we were in pandemic time. They were warned. There we have all the edicts, all the minutes of the meetings. We have them to show to the public opinion in spite of the fact that we are a private organization.
For the director, the act of holding an assembly outside the parameters was the reason for the sanction imposed.
They wanted to hold a general assembly and failed because they should have notified the governing body to convene, and at no time they did proceed to do so. Therefore, 5 of them with other people who were not part of the organization conducted a meeting and tried to register it with the Chamber of Commerce. But before that, I informed them that this is not the procedure, that it was illegal and had consequences, and that is why the sanctions were imposed.
This journalistic team will be attentive to the response of the superintendents to the letter sent by the associates expressing the request for intervention in this cooperative.
And cases of COVID-19 continue with a downward trend in the archipelago in terms of infection rate. In addition, the intensive care unit remains at 10%.
The National Institute of Health, in its daily report, registered 4 new cases of COVID-19 in the archipelago. The authorities also indicated that there have been no deaths due to this virus today in the islands. Data from the departmental government show a total of 39 active cases throughout the archipelago. The neighborhoods with the most cases of coronavirus are Natania, San Luis, Siribir, Barrio Obrero, and Schoolhouse. The local government indicates that during the pandemic, 6,536 people have been recovered, as well as a total of 133 deaths have been reported so far during the health emergency. The occupation of the intensive care unit COVID-19 has registered an occupation of 10% to date. Data from the Ministry of Health as of August 1st indicates that a total of 71,515 doses against COVID-19 have been applied in the archipelago.
For the first time, a vessel with a draft of 4.3 meters enters the municipal dock after the deepening dredging. It is the hydrographic and multi-purpose vessel ARC Caribe.
Yesterday, the Navy ship ARC Caribe docked on the island. This is the first time that a ship of greater draft managed to arrive directly to the dock. This is thanks to the dredging that was carried out, leaving a depth of approximately 6 meters in the access channel.
This maneuver is done thanks to the capabilities of this vessel. It has a particular propulsion and positioning system, a dynamic positioning. It is a very large vessel, as you could see. It is a vessel that enters 4 meters deep in a channel that is 6 meters deep. It is a restricted maneuver.
The vessel has been supporting the reconstruction work since February.
Esta es la 10ª vez que venimos al archipiélago.
This is the 10th time we have come to the archipelago. We have brought around 2,000 tons of cargo. We have also delivered water. We have brought vehicles, boats. We have brought personnel. We have brought various materials for the reconstruction of our island of Old Providence.
Finally, the commander explained why the sand was lifted during the maneuver, a situation that puzzled the community.
El canal está en una buena profundidad.
The channel is at good depth. The depth that is on the charts is around 6 meters deep, and it is normal. It is a channel that has sand, and basically the power of the machine lifts a little bit of sand. And since our waters are here so crystalline, any little bit of sand calls our attention.
In recent days, 2 processing and freezing containers that arrived on the island were received by the Fishermen's Federation.
2 2 processing and freezing containers were delivered to Asopesbot and Pesproislas associations so that they can start the freezing chain with their products.
Well, we want to thank AUNAP, we donate with the container, with the cold room, and one of the objects of that proceedment is got a better productivity, a better quality fish.
We receive a container, we have a cool room, capacity for about 2,000 pounds, and also a liquor plant. The liquor plant is just for the processing room, because the cool room, the container comes with a cool room and a processing room.
However, the fishermen expressed that they are still waiting for the boats and motors to start fishing.
We don't have nothing defined exactly what we're going to do with it, because we're waiting for them to give us the launch them and the engine them that we lose during the hurricane. And up to now, we do get the launch them and the engine them. We have the cool room, but we do have what to put in there.
On the other hand, the installation of the Co-op Fish and Farm cold room, which was damaged during the hurricane, has already begun. The project presented by the Fisherman Federation also includes a machine for the production of ice that will guarantee the quality of the fish products.
And in our culture section, we will know the history and the closing of the commemoration of the Emancipation Week.
The 1st of August was commemorated in the Archipielago the Day of the Emancipation of the Racial People, a celebration that seeks the protection, preservation, and promotion of the racial ethnic group, the native language, culture, and traditions. Julia Martinez, General Coordinator of the activities of the celebration, stressed on the importance of this tradition.
The Emancipation Week was designed, organized, and put together by the MNSD movement. The MNSD movement see that was very important that we as racial people could commemorate something we have to do with we got to do with our history. So in 2001, approximately, they come together as a team and decide say we want to start commemorate the Emancipation Week.
The Emancipation Week began on Sunday, July 25th and ended on August 1st, a week that highlighted the traditions of the racial people.
We also have the gospel concert, okay? And then the other night, for example, on Monday, we have like a forum. That forum was designed by the team from Teleislas. And on Tuesday, we had the youth debate, and on Wednesday we had the activity with the people then from Providence, which was designed also by Teleislas. And on Thursday we had the activity with the Pitnini and youth. On Friday we had the homage. On Saturday, we had the Back to Africa program, and on Sunday, we close up with the big freedom concert, the big freedom concert.
The entities in charge of the Emancipation Week hope that next year the event can be celebrated with activities that allow the attendance of the island community.
With 15 years of age, Islanders Catherine Gordon is preparing to represent the department in a major beauty pageant nationwide.
Catherine Gordon Ballesteros is a 15-year-old island girl who is preparing to represent the department in the Miss Teen Universe Colombia National Contest in its 2021 version, which will take place in the city of Barranquilla.
What led me to apply to this contest is my desire to show the beauty and culture of my department, to highlight that Black women are authentic, we are very strong, and we have many values and principles. My message is that ideal women do not exist, that a young woman like me, Black, racial, from a beautiful place like San Andres or Providence and Santa Catalina, can also represent Colombia, demonstrating our empowerment and how capable I am.
With a height of 1.82 meters, Catherine is one of the tallest candidates of the contest. She is the daughter of the island basketball player Javier Gordon and the hotelier Marta Ballesteros. Catherine aspires to bring the crown of this important contest to the department.